Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. It's 3 o'clock, 3:30. I told you guys I was going live on 3:30. Where are y'all at? But listen, let's get into the mess, right? Because we're doing the weekly roundup. For those of you guys that are new, every Monday and Thursday without fail, I am on live. Either like this thing, turn your notifications on, you go. But anyway, let's get to the mess, right? So we're doing on Thursday, we're going to do a weekly roundup because so much has been happening. If you guys remember, yesterday I did a live. If you didn't see it, go catch it, about what's going on with Simon Gabodia, his illegal money alleged, and also what's going on between him and Porsha, the way it's looking more and more that they do have a fake relationship. Why do I say they have a fake relationship? One, they have a show coming out and they have to keep this farce up, right? Hey, what's up, Lily? How you doing, girl? Hey, G Sawyer. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Lethal. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Almighty Mac. Hey, Tanya, Darlene, Andrea. Let me see who's in the Terrell fam. You guys, I also do have memberships if you want to sign up for $4.99. It's a way to support and let me do what I can for this thing. Now, listen, let's get in. Wait, isn't this set up? Let's see. Are we streaming live? Hold on, y'all. I'm in the wrong live. Whoopsie daisy. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, why are we starting to say on this channel, at least, that it's a fake relationship? Well, for a couple of things, right? Let's think about it and let's go through this timeline. Why is it a fake relationship? For a couple of things. One, I don't believe a love story between a human woman and a gargoyle. That's for one. Second, we also think it's a fake story because it has been all up and down Atlanta streets, and it's finally been confirmed that we can actually say that 2 weeks ago, I believe it was on a Friday, between the hours of 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. in the morning, Simon was at the Red Martini. If you guys do not know the Red Martini, right? If you do not know the Red Martini, it is a hotspot in downtown Buckhead, Atlanta, right? Anyway, he was actually seen there with a beautiful young woman. Porsha was not there, and they did not look like they were friends, if you know what I'm saying, but they looked like they were definitely friendly. This has been confirmed by multiple employees. If Simon wants to put up another post saying he wants proof and he's willing to pay money, spoiler alert, he never pays money. But if he wants to put up another post saying he wants proof that he was stepping out on his fiance, I guess she got upgraded her to his fiance now, please throw it up, because there are multiple people that actually have video proof of you with a young lady. You didn't look like friends, but you were very, very friendly. Now you look at this, right? We know that Porsha is always in the house. She doesn't really go to downtown Atlanta. She doesn't have that many celebrity friends. Who was this lady you asked? I don't want to put anybody on blast, but there's a basketball wife, right? There's a basketball wife, LA person, and it was her best friend. I left the clues, right? I left the clues. This basketball wife, LA, used to actually be friendly. It's a small circle that people swim in. But this basketball wife of LA star that Simon was actually seen with, being super, super friendly at 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning, is actually BFFs with Basketball Wives LA alumni. Now, this Basketball Wives alumni, I'm going to do a little blind item for you guys to solve, right? Let me know if you guys got it. It was actually at one time pretty cool with Fallon. You guys, this goes again into wrapping everything up and talking about how Simon actually does seem to be obsessed with Fallon, even to the point of it wasn't enough that he slept with her castmate. And then, that was a precursor. So he says for the divorce. Now you're actually going into friends because you're, in my opinion, you're still trying to hurt Fallon. You're still trying to get back on Fallon. If anybody wants to get with Simon Gabodia, now I don't know who, if anybody raised their hand, please contact their family and tell them that they are on drugs. If anybody raised their hand and said, I want to be with Simon Gabodia, please contact their family. They are on drugs. They need help. However, let's just assume that the person is not mentally insane or on some type of narcotic, right? I would say that the reason he's doing this is because he's still trying to get under Fallon's skin. Anybody that has any type of access to Fallon or any way that he thinks he can hurt Fallon's feelings, right? He thinks he can hurt his feelings. He will go in there, even dating this thing. Now, what does this tell us? One, he's still trying to get under Fallon's skin. I don't know about you, but when people are healthy, happy, loved up, they're not really worried about getting under people's skin. Two, either Porsha and him have an open relationship where he can do whatever he wants, or he is cheating on her. Porsha does not seem dissuaded at all. I'm sure she's heard in the Atlanta streets. It has to have come back somehow, either through gossip things. And if you think that Porsha and Simon are not on the blogs, you are very, very much mistaken. But it either has come out back to her, or what do you think that your fiance or boyfriend is doing on numerous nights entertaining other young women? You can't possibly believe that you can't possibly believe that he's having business meeting at 1, 2 in the morning. Now, I know the Chinese markets do open up that early, but you can't believe it. You seriously can't believe that he's taking care of business. I mean, unless you're dating a Forex trader, right? But getting back to this, another plot twist. The woman that he was on a date with is not friends with Fallon, but she is BFFs with someone that at one point Fallon was actually good friends with. Again, the circle's getting smaller and smaller, all because Simon seems to love to eat where you know what I'm saying? And he wants that link. This is in addition to numerous friends of Fallon saying that Simon still calls them to keep up with them. They were never that close while they were together, but he calls them. I'm not saying that Simon is trying to actually sleep with any of Fallon's close friends. I don't think any of Fallon's close friends would actually do that. Who knows if they do? I'll be here to tell you. But I am saying that I have numerous reports from people that are very, very friendly with Fallon, that Simon pops up all the time, checking up, and in a way is trying to walk around what's going on with Fallon. There is that's what you get. Now, I do need to tell you that a lot of you guys, I posted it on my community pages, but I'm going to bring it up again because I'm petty, right? But also because I want you guys to know that everything I say, it actually does come with receipts. It literally does come with receipts. How do we know that, right? We know this because I posted on my community pages, and I'll pull it up right now, the fact that the wheels come off. He said, I'm going to love this woman till the wheels come off, right? This was a post from him. This is a post. I will read it out. Y'all be thinking I'm making up stuff, but honestly, I don't. The last thing he said, I have every intention of making sure she makes more time for herself and family and live her best life till the wheels fall off. He posted that about a day ago. We're going to get into Simon and Porsha running back for Nene's funeral, right? You know that that thirsty drama queen Simon was not going to miss the opportunity to be in Greg's funeral. May he rest in peace, right? At Greg's funeral, be in those photo things and actually trying to hobnob with the celebrities of Atlanta. We know that Simon is thirsty. Now, getting back to the wheels fall off, why I said I think he's actually literally still in their pants doing this. Y'all didn't believe me, but I searched through the post. You know I have time, and I found it. 3 weeks ago, Jaylen actually posted, "You can't blame gravity for falling in love." Yes, I know, but they're young and they're in love and they're about to have a baby. Let them have their romance, right? Let them have the romance. I know you and the person in the back rolled your eyes at that, but we're going to let them have their romance because this is a beautiful time when you're actually, this is for anyone. Even if Porsha was pregnant with that gargoyle child, I would still say when you are in love and you're having a baby, it's a beautiful time. So let them have their love, right? So Fallon, right? Taurus queen backing up her boots said, "Till the wheels fall off, baby, with a heart, I love you." And then It's Jaylen Baked says, "Yeah, till the wheels fall off." Hold on, let me wipe my screen. So y'all know I got some home training, right? Till the wheels fall off. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Till the wheels fall off, baby, I love you. Till the wheels fall off. Now, what do we have here? What do we have here? We have, right? Same post from Simon, right? And then at the end, it was a shot at Fallon because she said in an exclusive interview that she was not allowed to work while she was with them. And he says, right? "I have every intention of making sure she makes more time for herself and family and live her best life till the wheels fall off." We also know from other pictures, right? Let's piece this together because you guys, circumstantial evidence, right? We also know from Jalen's posts and numerous social media posts that Simon was sending packages to Fallon's address. Now, one, this was a cause for alarm because he shouldn't have Fallon's address, right? Not that Fallon's in witness protection, but she never gave it to him, and she never gave it to anybody that is cool with him. So he shouldn't have access to that address. But another thing is, we realized that one of the things he sent, she did not order it, but he sent to her mask that said, "Live your best life and live well." Y'all, again, all this is going on. Porsha knows this is all going on. She does not care. Why would you not care? Why would you not care? Well, one of the things, and this was a good theory floated, right? One of the reasons she does not care, right, was not one of the reasons that he doesn't. Listen, JoJo, I agree, right? He was clowning Fallon, but the fact that you're supposed to be loved up with your fiance and you're supposed to be happy and everything's going to be good. And what are you doing? What are you doing? You're literally searching through. This means that not only did you go through her feed, not only did you go through Jalen's feed, you remember what they said and you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to use that post, right? So I agree he was trying to clown Fallon, but like most things Simon does, when he tried to clown her, he ended up clowning himself. Now, how does this go into us actually thinking that Porsha and Simon are in a sham relationship, right? Porsha and Simon are in a sham relationship because Porsha sees all this going on. When she paid for his birthday weekend, flew a chef out there, gave him that $86,000 watch, did all this stuff. What did Simon do? Later on that night, he went on a rampage because Fallon and Jalen, probably kissed, probably hugged, probably did something. This is while your new fiance flew your friends and family. Spoiler, Simon ain't got no friends. There was only 4 people at the party, right? But you threw your friends and her family out to celebrate your birthday. You are eating shrimp, crab, lobster, fettuccine veal. Yes, I saw the food. The food looked really good, right? Big ups on Porsha, the Cantor Queen, for actually getting really, really good food. But you're eating steak, fettuccine veal, but you have time to go online. You're doing all these things. You're flying her out here, flying to Greg and Nene's, to Greg's funeral. May he rest in peace. I feel bad talking. Let me not refer to his funeral anymore. I feel bad talking about it live. You're doing all this mess, right? Putting all these fronts, but then asking the pilot to drop the Wi-Fi code so you can go and harass your ex. I agree he's trying to clown her. I believe he's doing a weird narcissistic stalking. I agree he's trying to get into her head, but I also agree that Porsha should see what her man's doing. And at this point, the fact that she doesn't care lets me know, hey, Rim, what's going on? Thank you so much. The fact that she's not doing this, right? The fact that she's not really paying attention and the fact that she doesn't care lets me know that this is all for a plot line. Yes, Porsha Williams said, great, and I'm going to call it first. This is a plot line. They have to keep this relationship going at least until their show airs. And by keep it going, I mean, there's a good chance, because Bravo really didn't put that much money in the Porsha show. They put money in it, but not so much that they can't walk away. If Simon and Porsha fall apart, if the public doesn't swallow their love, if they don't get a lot of ratings, her hopes of getting a spinoff are over. Now, from what I've heard with the pursuit of Porsha, the shit's dry anyway. So it is kind of just turning into, hold on, guys. From what I have heard about the pursuit of Porsha, right? The ratings are probably, isn't anything showing? Yeah. Let's see. So anyway, listen. She has to keep that show going. She has to keep that show going 100%, or else Bravo is going to shelve it. And from what I've heard, it's a really, really dry show. So it's in danger of the episodes, the 3 episodes or 2 episodes they have ready to go actually might even be aired. So they have to keep up this farce that they're in love and they're happy and everything's good and yada, yada, yada. It's a dumb farce. Nobody is buying it, but yet and still there it is. Y'all, I don't know what to think about this. What do y'all think? I see y'all in the comments saying that baby is Simon's. Listen, if Phelan has a gargoyle, we'll know it's Simon's, but I have it on good authority. And by good authority, I mean, who knows? Because I don't play uterus watch, but from everybody's accounts, Phelan's, Simon's, Jalen's, and everybody that knows them, that baby is not Simon. She's never said it was Simon. She would have no reason to lie. Why would she, it just doesn't make sense that she would be that Jalen stepped up to take care of Simon's baby. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I know this is like a really complicated situation, but y'all, can you be serious? 18 years and the kid's never going to know his father. And there are paternity tests, like Simon loves to say, paternity tests, right? Listen, Porsha was looking sad at Greg's memorial, sitting there. So who had something to say? Hold on. I am watching you said, Porsha's been looking sad at Greg's memorial, sitting there all that. Let me tell you something, because I have that photo too. I'm going to show y'all. Porsha was not looking sad. Y'all need to recognize smugness when you see it. Now, I will say, you know, they say that eventually you start to look like the people you date, which is fine if the date is attractive. But Porsha, no lie, I don't know. She's starting to grow wings. She's starting to look a little gargoyle-ish. I'm just saying. But here's the thing, right? I will say that she's not looking sad. This is a smug smile. This is a smug smile. She genuinely thinks that everybody is jealous that she's on a private plane. She genuinely thinks that everybody cares. Y'all, she is smug. She really thinks she got something. And she really thinks that she is going to be someone's wife, African princess. She's been obsessed with being African princess for a while. I really think that's what's going on. Now, let's look at Simon's post. Hold on, because this is the one thing that I wanted to actually bring up. Simon posted on his Instagram. Y'all sent it to me. Thank you very much. Simon posted on his Instagram that the reason that he chartered a private plane to go back to Nene's funeral, and stop acting like it was last minute, because Nene announced to everyone and gave people a few days to prepare that there was going to be a memorial service. So it wasn't like a surprise, right? But he said, like, you know, when she heard that Nene's memorial, there was going to be a chance that let's go to the Instagram, actually. Let's go to the Instagram, because I really need to actually show y'all what I'm talking about, where it's like the delusion, y'all. And this goes into part of the plot of why this is nothing but ratings. It goes into why it is nothing but ratings, right? So, hold on. Let's just get into this. Simon has the nerve to say, and hold on, this is important. It rounds out into everything. I never met the man Greg leaks. When we left for our short, I never met the man Greg leaks. Why did he put I never met the man? Why didn't he just say I've never met Greg leaks? When we left for our short vacation in Bahamas, Porsha got word that Nene had planned a celebration of Greg's life. Because she had nothing but great things to say about this man, missing the opportunity to pay her last respects and join Nene in celebrating his life became a priority for her. We packed up and came back Monday morning, 2 hours before the event. In retrospect, it was the right decision, and I'm so proud of her for making that decision. Rest in perfect peace, Greg leaks. You guys, this is what I mean about the inconsistency, the lies, and trying to make it seem like there's something more and why this is a fake relationship. Now, just follow me on this. Porsha already knew before they left on their weekend trip to Bahamas that Nene was having a memorial. She already knew. Nene had notified everybody that it was going to be on Monday. Nene did not send out a Google text alert on Sunday night saying, yo, I'm going to have a memorial for my husband. Please believe Nene needs planned this out as she would have to honor the love of her life. So first of all, it's weird to act like you just heard on Sunday. Now, maybe Porsha heard on Sunday. That's another thing about how close they actually are. But we packed up. Celebrating his life became priority for her. What? We packed up 2 hours. In retrospect, it was the right decision. In retrospect, going to somebody's funeral that you've known for the last 10 years was retrospect. Was this even something we could weigh? Should I go to a funeral of somebody that I've known for over 10 years and at one time their wife was a very good friend? Or should I jump off of a boat yelling YOLO while allegedly my husband is swinging the camera up to look at all the other girls that are ducking back? We don't know Simon was a cameraman, but if he was, a lot of guys said that he was acting like the pervy creep he always was. Remember when Fallon bought Porsha and her sister over, and Simon was just sitting there with his little hunched neck, swinging his little legs, trying to be on camera, but also ogling all the girls. Y'all can say what y'all want. Simon is a creep. He is one of those creepy older guys that stays in the club throwing money because they know that they have nothing else to offer except keeping a girl high, drunk, or in the shoe section of Neiman Marcus, right? He really is one of those creepy older guys. But y'all remember when Porsha was like, yellow, and she jumped off a boat, he didn't even wait for Porsha to hit the water before he swung that camera up to all the young girls up there. And the girls felt embarrassed. They moved back. If you don't believe me, look at the thing on Porsha and watch the way they're all looking like your fiance's down there. Why's the thing? Now, right? She said it was the right decision. And I'm so proud of her for making the decision. This is how you know Simon's a narcissist. What do you mean going to a funeral was the right decision? And why are you acting like there were no flights from, you mean to tell me in all the Bahamas or where you guys at, they didn't have any flights going to on a Sunday evening? They didn't have any flights going back to Atlanta. It's just weird the way he acts like he had her on like some private island that only chartered flights can get there and back, when you were literally in the Bahamas doing what you do, and you could have gotten a Ryanair, EasyJet, or Spirit Airlines flight to there. But let's actually give him some type of props for actually doing what everybody does. It's just weird the way their minds work. Was that an issue? Should I go to a funeral of somebody I've known for 10 years and somebody I was actually really good friends with? Or should I keep saying YOLO, jumping off of a boat? It just shocks me, the decision-making process that these people are at. But this lets you know, again, why is he posting so much? Because they have to make a storyline. They have to show that he's friends with Porsha's friends, that he's a good man. Do you notice since he got with Porsha, he started posting his kids. He started trying to play best father. The funny thing, have y'all noticed that since the family show wrapped, and this is another thing about narcissistic personalities. It wasn't my words, it was his ex-wife. But you know about narcissistic personalities, right? They put on images and shed them like snake skin, right? That cold-blooded reptilian thing. Have y'all noticed that since the family show and that little vacation they took in the Holiday in the Howard Johnson Hotel pool and the Holiday Inn Express Hotel pool in Cancun, you notice since that wrapped up, you notice what's happened. You notice what's happened. You have not seen any of his kids on his Instagram feed. What happened to the proud father? What happened to Daddy Dearest? You're not getting those kids anymore? I'm just wondering, because he has not posted anything on his Instagram feed since that happened. He has not posted anything on. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. Why did I just say that? I think I saw some movie that said that. What movie was that? It amused me. But this is what's going on. Y'all, we can call it right now. This is a fake relationship. Porsha is afraid of becoming an old hoe from the 2010s, right? An old washed up hoe from the 2010s. She wants to be married. She doesn't want to be a single mom at 40. Porsha looks at age as a curse of death, and she doesn't want to be a 40-year-old sin thing, right? Exactly. By the way, like you guys are saying, right? Kenya rented speaking of, let's segue to Miss Kenya some more. Kenya rented a plane. Thank you, Kathy Smith. Kathy Smith says Kenya rented a plane and flew from LA, where she was practicing for Dancing with the Stars, and flew to pay her respects to Greg. And now, you know, Kenya and Nene have their beef, but one thing that they have in common, they both cared about Nene obviously loved Greg, but they both cared about Greg, loved him, and had a lot of respect for him. Kenya flew out. But this is what I mean about Simon. Simon is impressing, and Porsha too, is impressing the 20-year-olds that are still building their life. Listen, at 60, I do expect you to have more than a 20-year-old, because you've lived life, you've had to accumulate. Maybe you made some moves. Now, life might have been hard to you. You don't have that. But stunting on 20-year-olds with $1,800 tequila and a few private jets, where if any of us have reached a certain level and we've reached a certain income level, a private jet, okay, fine, most people don't fly in private jets. But when you look at a Kenya and a Simon, and Kenya's money is legit and she's flying private too, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Now, I will say, right, speaking of Kenya Moore actually dropped a little Real Housewives of Atlanta casting juice. So she was being interviewed on Access Hollywood, I believe, Access Hollywood or EW for her Dancing with the Stars. They were asking her, like, you guys should check the thing. Who's your biggest competition? What do you want out of that? Third, they asked for a little tea about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya actually confirmed that there is one, if not two, new housewives in the mix. And she went on to say that there's a few people, for those of you guys don't know, Kenya Moore is a master at language, a few means more than three or more. She said there are a few housewives that actually won't be returning and a few new housewives. Now we know Marlo's getting to be a housewife. We can kind of tell from her post, and Marlo actually hinted that she has like a little tea to spill, and everybody's saying that she thinks that might be about Porsha, because remember that her and Porsha were actually really, really tight for a while before Porsha threw her away. But what do y'all think about Kenya actually saying that there are going to be one or two new housewives, right? God, it can't be Drew. And then a few people, I'm guessing they're talking about Cynthia. They're talking about, because Cynthia never denied that she's not returning. So I'm guessing they're talking about Cynthia. I hope they're talking about Drew. But Drew has been really, really in a lot of the ATL Instagram pics. She was at Greg's funeral. She was posting with Fallon and a few pics. Drew actually might be back. I hope not. I hope she's a friend, but Drew might be back. And we all know that from all the things, it looks like LaToya's not coming back, but it could be not because people didn't like LaToya. It could actually be because LaToya got in trouble for saying those racial slurs. This is what Fallon alleged on her show. And we know that Bravo has been trying to clean up those streets and show that they love diversity and that they're not into anything, right? Listen, this is what's going on. Now, moving on, right? What do y'all think about that? I hope Drew's not in it. Who do you guys want to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta and who don't? Let me know in the comments, because I'm actually really, really interested in that. See, I think a perfect chat thing would be Marlo, because I love Money Mo. Remember when, again, you guys remember Candy Speak on It, where Marlo was like, well, you know what they call me, Candy. And Candy was like, what do they call you? And she was like, they call me Money Low. And Candy literally looked at her and was like, girl, who calls you Money Low? And Marlo was like, shut up, move it on. Just let me have it. Let me have it, right? I definitely hope they bring back Candy, because Candy is on a Broadway play. I think it's going to be it's already in Broadway in New York, but I think it's going to be in October. The play starts running. She's going to be in a Broadway play, or she's producing it, or she might be doing both. But there's a play she's involved in. She's on the child, so she's trying to get into acting. You know that her Old Lady Gang restaurant is coming out, which I think is going to be like Atlanta Vanderpump Rules. And if you know anything about industry people, that's going to be good. Kenya got Dancing with the Stars. She said that she's chronicling Dancing with the Stars for herself, but she doesn't know if it's going to be featured on the show. And the way she worded it, she said, if I'm asked back. But I got to be honest with you, Kenya's coming back to the show, because without Kenya, it's like, what is going on, right? This and that. Sheree may be back, but Sheree hasn't confirmed. Phaedra is not going to be back, but she is on All Stars. And Kenya actually talked about All Stars too. And she talked about Ramona. And when she said about Ramona, when they're like, well, we heard, this is my probiotic, by the way, guys, I'm about to take it, right? They said, when you heard, I'm trying to lose weight and get in shape, and they say probiotics are really, really good for you. So they said, take one probiotic. So you know I'm taking 3, right? Fingers crossed, I wake up and I'll be a skinny legend tomorrow. But Kenya actually said that Ramona, that they were like, we heard that you had a class with Ramona. Did you guys get along? Kenya looked at that camera and she said, does anybody get along with Ramona? And then giggled and kikied and get whatever. So I guess the rumors about them having a clash is actually true, right? Is actually true. Now, you guys, let's have a good news about, I'm going to just go through the weekly subjects, and then you guys can open up and we can talk about whatever you guys want. And you guys can ask me questions. Hey, Marar, thank you so much. You guys can ask me questions. And also, I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to call in and chat. Seems like y'all got a lot to say. It's Thursday night roundup. So I'll let you guys come on and we can chat about what you want to chat as well. I see there's 240 people in the thing. Like, comment, whatever. Y'all know this is YouTube. Hit the like button if you like it, okay? You guys, Kylie Jenner has confirmed her pregnancy to her baby's father, Travis Scott. Now, I think that's actually perfect because, listen, anytime people can bring life into this world, Stormi seems like she is absolutely adorable, well-adjusted kid. So I'm super, super happy, right? I'm super, super happy that, slim the stomach down as well. Bananas help you lose weight. Goji does. I'm going to try. But so they're having another baby. Now, if you guys don't know anything about Gossip Archives, one of the reasons why Kylie and Travis broke up is because Travis has a long-time mistress. Travis has had a long time mistress. She was around before Kylie. She will be around after Kylie. It's been said on the streets that the reason that they decided to have another baby is because Kylie has decided to turn the other cheek. Yes, it looks like Kylie is taking a book from a page out of her sister Khloe Kardashian's book. As long as Travis respects the relationship and doesn't publicly embarrass her like Tristan does, that they can get together and they can have another baby. The fact that Kylie is pregnant and Khloe and Kylie are so close, you guys watch that, because I really honestly do think that Khloe's probably going to end up getting pregnant by Tristan again, if she is not already pregnant. Again, I can understand you want the kids to have the same father. You know, if you're going to argue with somebody about custody or pay of money or who did what, how, you might as well keep arguing with the same person instead of having to argue with other people, right? I don't care if kids have the same father or not. I'm just saying it does make sense. If you're looking at like, okay, if I got to argue with you, I might as well argue. But who is Travis Scott's longtime mistress? Well, you guys, I'm getting to that. So this is all background. Remember when also Kylie went from looking like Blac Chyna's clone because Tigger and Blac Chyna have a child, and she was obsessed with Blac Chyna. So she was obsessed in turning herself into a light-skinned, another Blac Chyna, right? She was obsessed with turning herself into that. But you guys do remember when something happened, and then Kylie got obsessed with it looked like turning herself into a Latino baddie, right? Into a Latino baddie. So she moved out of blackface, right? I don't want to say blackface, but she moved out of looking like a light-skinned hood baddie like Blac Chyna. And now she is obsessed with looking like a Latino baddie. And everybody was like, well, what happened to that? I guess, Kylie, I'll tell you what happened. If you take a look, wait, hold on, guys, hold on. If you take a look, right? If you take a look at the screen, you will see Travis Scott, alleged longtime mistress, Sweet Young Ro. Go over there to Instagram. This is, oh wait, I was just here. She's in Portugal right now. So this is Sweet Young, oh my God, I have pictures. I'm going to post them. I just left this place in Portugal. She's with Sweet Young Ro right now. Now, if you notice, right? If you notice, she has booty, she has beauty, right? Travis Scott loves some hourglass too, and she loves them thick. She also is no stranger to plastic surgery, much like our young Kylie. So we know Travis Scott does not mind a butchered face. But if you look at her face, it is definitely, hold on, y'all. It is definitely what Kylie is going for. That Latino baddie. I don't know if this woman is Latino, but that Latino baddie with a plastic body and a nipped and tucked face. This is Kylie's competition. And this is who Kylie has decided to emulate and to go after. Sweet Young Lo. So it looks like that Kylie has agreed that Travis can have his cake and eat it too, as long as he is respectful about it. Now let's get into that whole thing about like why they treat, right? Oh, thank you, Mara, right? Yes, she has been a mistress for some time. Now, this goes into that whole thing about let them cheat in peace. A lot of people, when they heard Brandy Maxwell be like, you're going to let him cheat in peace, blah, 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 blah. And they got mad. Have you guys ever thought that maybe when you start dating a certain type of person, you have to accept the fact that they are going to cheat? But I don't agree with that, because look at LeBron and Savannah, right? Probiotic one. Look at LeBron and Savannah, right? If I don't take them, then I'll never take them. Okay. But you look at LeBron and Savannah, and he's not cheating. At least I hope he's not cheating. You know, I love LeBron James, right? You guys, for anybody that wants to join the chat, if you have anything to say, you can either join audio or you can join video. The link is in the stream. Go on and jump into the stream and let me know what you guys think. I will drop it in the chat right now before we switch subjects. Let me also just say a few shout outs to the people that have supported me, Now, hold on, let me go. Any of my Tisa Terrell's fam, any of the thing going in there. Rem, thank you so much. Mia or Candle, thank you for that super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Miara Candle. She's the only Tisa Tattles in here. The only Tattle Tell. It's okay. Y'all ain't shit. It's only $4.99. I can't believe y'all not signing up. You're not shit, but I still love you. We're like family, right? Let's go into what else is going on. Gizelle Bryant from the Real Housewives, and we're about to get into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap. I'm just going through the weekly roundup because that episode was good, and I actually do want to see your thoughts and opinion on what's going on with that, right? We see Gizelle Bryant. For those of you guys that didn't know, Gizelle has been made ambassador to Go Naked Hair. Now, when I heard Gizelle was named ambassador to Go Naked Hair, I said to myself, you know what? Porsha's going to be broke. Because there's no way that you should have named Gizelle ambassador to Go Naked Hair. Gizelle's wigs are never looking right. They're never laid. They never had the baby hair. They sit on top. Gizelle's hair, listen, Gizelle's a gorgeous woman. She's smart as a whip. Her fashions are questionable. Now, when y'all be clowning her saying she's a horrible dresser, Gizelle has never been a fashion girl, but she gets it right, I think, more often than she gets it wrong. And honestly, her and Karen's fashions are the same. It's that DMV, right? It's like when I see Ashley in her clothes, right? I think Ashley is the worst dresser out of all of them, right? But to my point, Gizelle, she's not a fashion girl, but she gets it right more than she gets it wrong. However, when it comes to wigs, when it comes to hair, when it comes to everything, Gizelle has never been good. Do y'all remember the Portugal trip with Gizelle when her damn ponytail was a completely different texture and color than her own hair? Got me shadow boxing, right? Do y'all remember when Gizelle came back and she had that like crooked bang wig that was sitting on top of her hair because nobody braided her hair down? Do y'all remember? What am I saying? Just go to Gizelle's Instagram right now. Giselle is not, like her hair always looks horrible. And every time she's wearing a wig, you can tell she's wearing a wig. And every time she got a clip and ponytail, you can tell it's a clip and ponytail. Giselle is not ambassador to Go Naked Hair. And that's when I said, is Go Naked Hair a vanity project? Because I know Giselle, but who's the target demographic? First of all, for those of you guys don't know, one of my commenters, I forget your name, I'm so sorry. Let me know if you're here, actually said, headband wigs that everybody on YouTube and Instagram have been around forever. They were always in the goddamn hair stores. Our aunties and our grandmothers always grab one. It's just that for a while when lace fronts came out and when sew-ins, you got played for having hair, for headband wigs. Why? Because when headband wigs were first out, nobody knew about edge control. Nobody knew about got to be. So it was hard to lay your edges down. Now that we have new technology for how to lay those edges down if you don't have a fresh perm, right? Now people are bringing the younger kids, right? The 20-year-olds and 19-year-olds have discovered headband wigs. But we all know when it comes to a headband wig, right? What you do is lay your edges down and then put that. For those of y'all that don't wear wigs, y'all need to get into it because headband wigs will change your life. However, y'all, how's Gizelle been wearing her damn headband wig, you ask? How you ask? Well, I'm about to show you and I'm about to tell you how Gizelle is wearing her. Where is Gizelle's picture? Is wearing her headband wig. Don't tell me I don't have a picture of Gizelle and her damn Go Naked headband wig. Damn it. No, I hate when I'm not prepared. Okay. I'm always prepared, right? Here's Gizelle and her goddamn thing. Why don't she have any edges out? Why is she sitting right on her forehead? Why is it literally making it look like it is straight from the goddamn Chinese store? How, Porsha, this is your brand and you're trying to show luxury and you are trying to show that you have like, you know, like Virgin Remy and this and that, unless it's just cheap Chinese store hair that she's repackaging, right? I don't know. Does anybody have Go Naked hair? But you got Gizelle. It's like Gizelle's lashes. Gizelle has lashes she's selling. Y'all, I don't know anybody that has the lashes, right? Right? But I am saying that the lashes, I saw the commercial, she saw it looked like some damn Amazon Prime lashes and not the ones that are like, you know, hair and stuff. No, the ones that literally look like Halloween spider lashes that you can get next day and they give you like 300 pairs. They give you 300 pairs for like $23, right? No, not even 23. They give you 300 pairs for like $6.99, right? But they show the fake pictures of the Instagram models. So you think that's the one you're getting, but instead you're getting the ones that look like Halloween surprise store, right? And listen, Coconut Jive, Gizelle is not hairless. If there's anything we know about Gizelle, she has a full head of hair and she has all her edges. And she should, because she's not doing anything to it except for putting on ponytails that don't match her texture. This is the ambassador for Go Naked Hair. And there's the thing. This is what you've approved. Y'all, is Go Naked Here just another plot line too? I'm beginning to actually think that Go Naked Here is another plot line. Because what in Porsha's businesses does she actually put care into that someone else hasn't set up? Some of y'all said Go Naked Sheets, right? But like someone pointed out, Go Naked Sheets at that warehouse that she was putting, Dennis set up that supply line. Dennis, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dennis isn't one of the investors, or Dennis's mommy, because that's where the money comes from, isn't one of the investors in Go Naked Sheets. But Porsha, with her pursuit of Porsha, and she's trying to sell her business and giving pops to Porsha and giving advice on what young women should do for businesses. Girl, where are your businesses? This is who you have. Who is your clientele? Who is your clientele? Honestly, and again, Gizelle sells it because she's a beautiful woman with the hoops and with the headband and with everything. But no. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. We also have in the weekly roundup, before we get to the Real Housewives of Potomac recap, right? Before we get to the Real Housewives of Potomac recap, we also have in the weekly roundup of, I was going to talk about 50 Cent, but he's so damn ignorant. It's just like, I don't even expect anything from him for whatever. Updates with the Brad and Angelina case. For those of you guys don't know, Angelina is fighting back. Brad and her were in a contentious custody battle. I don't care if she is the other woman or she pulled him away. Kids are allegedly being abused. That's all I care about. A kid being abused is nobody's karma, especially from the person. So Angelina tried to get the judge removed from the case because she said that the judge is basically under Brad's thumb on his payroll. The judge said, forget that. I'm not stepping away from any case. And guess what? He gets half custody. And no, I don't care what the kids have to say because the judge didn't even want the kid. The oldest 3 kids were begging to testify about their father's abusive ways, physically abusive ways. And the judge was like, I don't care what those kids have to say. Go send them over to their daddy, right? Go send them over to their daddy. So what happened after that? Angelina, we thought she lost the case. And Brad Pitt had been going on this big PR campaign about how Angelina's jealous and she's this and she's that. Anyway, Angelina finally came out swinging. The first thing she did was go to a California Supreme Court and ask to overrule, saying that the judge acted unethically, right? They actually, guess what? They looked at what the judge did. They looked at the way he followed procedure, and they said what the judge did was illegal. They vacated the decision, which means they tore that decision up and laughed into the wind. And they said it's a new trial. So he no longer has half custody. They're starting from the beginning. Why is that so important? Because even while during the trial, Angelina said, listen, I'm not going to be weird. You can see your children. The courts decided that the only way she could see those kids were with a supervised visitation, and the therapist had to be in the room at all times while he was visiting the kids because he did so much mental damage to the kids that the kids needed professional help to process it. The kids needed professional help to process it. Angelina is going back to the court. She's fighting Brad over the custody because she just wants her kids to be safe. You know what I say, once an abuser, always an abuser. I don't think people ever change from being abusers unless there was some type of drug. No, even that, I don't think that people ever change from being abusers. Once you decide to violate someone's personal being to being and body and physical space to exert your will on another, I don't think that you ever find any other coping mechanisms. I really don't, especially when you're 50-something odd years old still doing this dumb shit, right? So Angelina did an interview with The Guardian. She's done letting Brad control the narrative. What did that interview said? I'll tell you. The interview actually confirmed that Brad was physically abusive, confirmed that he was mentally abusive, and confirmed that she felt sad that the court system at that time, her children had no rights to speak their truth. She's actually starting this new campaign with the UN about the way children have no rights. And it shined light on in America that children, you think women don't have any rights. Children in America have no rights at all. They have no say. They're just used as anyway, that's what's going on with Brad and Janita, right? That is what's going on. No, I said at 3:30. I'm going live every Thursday at 3:30, not 4:30, but welcome everybody that is here, right? That's going on, right? Listen. So wait, what are we talking about? Exactly. Hold on. Listen, Angelina was skinny, but I just want to tell you also, some people eat their emotions. She doesn't look as skinny as she was But I will say that when it comes to Angelina, don't forget she had just lost her mom. Her mom was the center of her universe, and her mom had a long, long, long battle with cancer. I think Angelina might have been going through depression. I think she's one of those people that when she is sad or depressed, they get really skinny. I'm like that. When I'm very, very sad or when I'm very, very depressed, I get very, very skinny. As you guys can tell, if I can hold on to my roles, as you guys can tell, I haven't been sad for a long time because I ain't missed one meal. But when I am very, very stressed out, when I am very, very sad, especially sad, I get very, very, very skinny. And I think Angelina might be one of those people. Yeah, Coconut Jive said the same of her too, right? Coconut Jive said the same. Nora Candle said, yeah, she forgot Angelina did lose her mom, right? Yeah, listen, T. Cohen, I understand what everybody's saying about Angela being the mistress and this and that. But when we are talking, listen, cheating, being the mistress, yeah, it's hurt feelings, but we're all adults, will survive. And it's fine to have a laugh and a kiki and pick sides. Who are you on? But when we are talking about children who are being abused by the person they love, by their father, yeah, it doesn't matter what the mom did. I don't believe that kids pay for the sins of their parents. I really honestly don't. And it doesn't even matter. I don't care if your mom was a serial killer. You're not going to be abused. That I don't care. I don't care. And we're not. And who cares if she was? Listen, if this was just a thing about her being a home wrecker and this, yeah, that's a conversation to be had. But when you hear children are being abused, why is what the parents did even an option? What is this, payback? You trying to say that you were fine with little innocent kids getting beat up and abused and traumatized so they can pass that trauma on because their parents did something? That makes no sense to me. But that's what's going on in an update. So Angelina's come back swinging. She is sick of Brad's PR. She is sick of what happened. She's come back swinging. And you know what? I wish her luck, because as much as we hate Angelina for what she did to Jen, and if she did overstep bounds, yeah, she was dead wrong, just like Porsha's wrong. But when y'all wonder, that same reason why, yeah, I dragged Porsha a little bit, but who do I blame for what happened with that Fallon shit? And I blame Simon. Simon was the one that was married, just like Brad was the one that was married. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all can act like all you want, like Angelina seduced Brad, and maybe she did, but we see what's coming out in court filings, you know? Don't let Brad Pitt's face keep you from the fact of, I know we know him as a superstar, and I know that you think you know this person, but if we look at what his own kids are saying about him, he's a monster. And him being a monster to his own kids has nothing to do with what the mom got going on. That's all I am saying, right? That's all I am saying. That's all I'm saying. So listen, let's see. Next in the weekly roundup, y'all know we talked about Erica Jane Reddit threads, crazy days and nights, and a few people are saying that her sugar daddy is Steve Wynn. Why do we think that Erica has a super sugar daddy? All the accounts are frozen. She only gets paid between either $100,000 or $300,000 with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We already know what that apartment she has, and don't think that Erica Girardi is living in the ghetto. And we're about to get to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap, because that episode had me heated. But Erica lives in a very posh neighborhood still in Beverly Hills. Erica is still has a full glam squad. Erica is still posting pictures, and she still has a photographer. That $300,000 is gone. Who is funding Erica's lifestyle? A lot of people say that it is Steve Wynn from the Wynn Casinos. We know that she will date older and up. Now, what does this mean about Tom Girardi? I don't know, but we know that Erica is a hustler, and mama is not going back to broke by hook, by crook. No matter what she has to do, she is not going back broke. She's not going back broke. Now, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap, y'all. First of all, it opened up with Erica threatening to sue Sutton. Now, listen, I'm doing a video on Sutton. It really, really upset her. I'm going to go into why it upset her so much. But I'll just say this, y'all, if y'all don't think that Erica is either working hand in hand with Tom, or Erica might even be the mastermind, y'all got another thing coming. Do you see how she ripped Sutton apart and said, do you want to be sued? Do you want to be sued? And then when she tried to clean up in her confessional, and she's like, all I'm saying is you can't say things about people, about their mental health without thinking you're going to get a clap back. The man ain't dead yet. He ain't in the ground yet. Erica still talks to Tom. Erica, no, first of all, how are you getting upset and clapping back at your husband who, according to you, left you out in the cold, have your assets frozen, doesn't have anything going on, he cannot do it, and he has dementia, and you said he was mean to you, and you said he was abusive to you, and you're clapping back at Sutton, threatening to sue her on behalf of Tom. Now, I know that Erica was playing cleanup. Erica was playing Billy Badass with Sutton and threatening to bullying her, because Erica needs to let you know, what does Erica know? What Ace, because Erica is not acting like she's worried about money. Erica is not acting like she's worried about going to jail. Erica is acting like she said, this is going to be behind me. Erica really thinks she is going to beat this. What does Erica know about the legal system, about the criminal system, about everything involved? What does Erica know that Erica honestly doesn't think that she's going down for this shit? What does it, this needs to let you know, we need to take a step back and be like, Erica, what do you know that we don't know? Because you're not acting like someone who's broke. You're not acting like somebody who's worried. And you're not acting like someone that isn't on the phone with Tom, his partner in crime, or at the very least, you are the mob boss. And Tom is like a little flunky. Now let's look at what Erica said in her confessional. She said, the man ain't dead. You're still defending Tom. You're still saying that this man that's supposed to be so senile, he can't hear and he doesn't run, and he's being in assisted care. You're threatening legal action, saying Tom isn't dead and she needs to be careful about what she says to Tom. How's your husband that's supposed to have dementia or Alzheimer's going to sue anybody that doesn't even know what day it is and can't? How is it? How? Because Erica is so bad at lying. She can't keep it. Her people told her to lay low, right? Listen, she's banking on Tom's legal connections, but that's because she didn't know at that time, right? She's banking on Tom's legal connections, but that's because she did not know at that time, right? She did not know at that time that everything was going to go. Remember when, now let me just get to this point, right? Because this is actually really important in that scene. You threaten to sue Sutton, which lets me know that you operate like a mob boss. You delighted in the power that being Tom's wife gave you. You delighted in it, and you ruled that. You ruled it like you ruled it with an iron fist, right? Okay, fine. We got that, right? But then we also know, and if you guys want to come in and give me your take on what's going on in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, there is the link. I just dropped it in the text stream. Click on that link. It'll take you to the studio, and you can either do audio or you can show up on voice. I don't know why y'all don't want to be coming up and tell me what you think. I promise I won't overtalk you. Lies. I'll overtalk you. But I still want to hear what you got to say, right? Listen, Lily, if you believe that, first of all, Tom might have cheated on Erica, but I believe Erica 100% by the way she didn't give a damn what she was saying. And that was not what caused them to get a divorce. But the fact that you are literally threatening to sue Sutton, where are you getting the money to sue, right? So this lets us know, but also the fact that you're like, he ain't dead. You are repping Tom's set because that is your boo thing. That is your partner in crime. And you're going to defend him to the day you die. Anybody that thinks that they are not moving in tandem are sorely mistaken, right? They are sorely, sorely mistaken. This also lets us know that she's banking on Tom's legal connections. But if she's banking on Tom's legal connections, even after all this shit about him stealing money came out, Lily, I am willing to bet, right? I am willing to bet that you knew that he was dirty because your husband just got accused of, it's not like PK said, I love PK. PK and Dorit are really growing on me this season, right? It's not being debated whether Tom stole money. Even he admitted to that. It's being debated whether, like PK said, he caught the devil and he's going through mental illness. It's being debated on whether he is mentally stable, enough to be held accountable. That's what's being debated. You know that he stole from wives, from widows, from whatever. You know that all this shit's crumbling down and you're still banking on this legal connections. You have no anger toward Tom. You have no anger. You are standing by his side. That, to me, that tells me that you knew that it was a setup, that you knew that he was into dirty stuff, that you knew he had people in his pocket. Banking on legal connections is different from thinking that you still have the California court system at your fingers. And you know, with that type of loyalty, nothing goes. She doesn't act like Tom has a few good friends and is well loved. She is acting like Tom is a mob boss and she is a wife. When the mob boss gets sent away, you're the wife holding it down. The king is behind enemy lines and you're the queen holding the kingdom down until your king returns. That's the way she's acting. Erica was so stupid to come on this show. She was so stupid to come on this season because everything she's doing screams guilt. It screams guilt, right? Erica's not a good actress, right? So Missy Winter said, the sixth thing is how he's so sickly with mental illness and how can he actively sue? That's a good point too. That is a good point too. How can he actively sue? How can he? Seriously, how can he actively sue? It just lets you know, like, okay, that's some bullshit too, right? He said that she knew. And also, so Misty Winters, sorry, Misty. Let's see. Why isn't this showing? So Star Jones said she knew and she's a great actress because she's playing the I didn't know what the role with the team. Listen, Star Jones, I don't even think that Erica, thank you so much, my little Tattle Tells, Star Jones. I don't think Erica's a good actress. I think they keep telling her, listen, play meek, play victim, try to get along with everybody. But she's so used to ruling with an iron fist and being cruel because she knows whatever she says, she can ruin anybody because of Tom's money and connections, that every time she tries to be nice. Remember when she looked and Kyle jumped in and was like, wait, this is what Sutton's talking about, girl. You need to calm down. Even Dorit was like, Erica, we have the right. That's when everybody erupted because it's like, bitch, you threatening to sue people? You're on some bully. Erica was like, she needs to be quiet, Kyle. No, Kyle. And then remember when Lisa got up and Lisa came and said, I'm sorry, Erica. Remember how I told you they had something that it was going to be Bonnie and Clyde? And she took that little puppy and she dumped it. And she took that little puppy and she gave it to Erica like it was a support animal. And Crystal, y'all keep saying that Crystal's part of the dream team. Remember how Crystal was delighting in, what is Crystal's problem? Well, I know what Crystal's problem with Sutton is jealousy. And I'm going to get into that in my next video, right? But Crystal was delighting and said, well, she called her a liar. I would have reacted the exact same way. Crystal is a mean girl. The thing is with Crystal, she's trying to cement her place on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But mark my words, Crystal is a mean girl. She is cruel. You would have reacted the same way because somebody called you a liar, disrespected them, humiliated them, sent them out in tears, threatened to sue them. And let's not forget, she threatened her with physical violence too. Let's not forget that. And that's the way you would have reacted, Crystal. Even Kyle missed walk that red line. Kyle missed whatever it's worth. Even Kyle was like, girl, Erica, calm down. You are going to fly. Crystal, hey, what's up, Reggie? Y'all, we just got a shout out for the Gemini Kings. Oh, thank you, Reggie, from Reggie Greg Blanchard. If y'all are on Twitter, follow Mr. Reggie Greg Blanchard, right? Follow him. He has an amazing feed. He's on Twitter. He does have a thing for horror movies, which I don't get into, but that's just part of his feed. He has a Gemini feed. It's all over the place. And then he throws in something about Michael Myers. And I'm like, whatever. But thank you so much, Reggie, for the super chat, right? Crystal is a mean girl. She's been a mean girl. And I know why she's a mean girl towards Sutton. And I have a theory on why Kathy Hilton's a mean girl to Sutton and why Erica's a mean girl to Sutton. Because they're jealous. That's why they're a mean girl. I'm going to explode. I know I keep talking about these videos that's coming, but y'all know I don't have any editing skills and they take forever. But you remember, it just cracked me up that Crystal, and then afterwards when they were all at Garcelle's party, we're going to talk about that. That party looked so good. Garcelle's party looked amazing. That Haitian food looked delicious. Once again, Garcelle's fashion, I don't know. She's Garcelle's beautiful and I'm happy for her. So I'm going to let her go with her fashions. But also I thought that was really rude that Kathy didn't show up for her stuff, that Kathy blew it off. I thought that was really, really rude, especially that Kathy is a new castmate and everybody had to come to her party for Garcelle. She's like, yeah, I can't be bothered. I thought that was super rude. But let's talk about at Garcelle's party, the way when Sutton came in, they all tried to ice out Sutton. And after Erica got up and left, and her little lapdogs, Dorit and Renna, also left, right? Crystal was just sitting there giving dirty looks and being like, well, what do you expect? You don't like her, she doesn't like you. And it's a part of Crystal that not only you're a mean girl, but you actually don't care. There was Crystal making jokes about the Me Too movement, about Rob, and that didn't have anything. So what, right? but it's like, it's weird. Everybody around you is surrounded by the Me Too. But I thought it was also weird that you don't care a damn about any of the victims, any of the wives, any of the orphans, none of that. All you care is the fact that Erica is being a mean girl to Sutton. And when you talk about why Sutton is so concerned about Erica, it all goes back into like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Crystal is a mean girl that's trying to play nice. She was never on Sutton's team. She is definitely team Erica. And you know what? Did you see that Daily Mail article? The Daily Mail actually reported that Erica's sources, right? Erica's sources are in the Sun and the Daily Mail, have reported that, you know, she now sees that Kyle's not her real friend. Girl, Kyle is where the money resides. And right now, Erica, I'm sorry, Miss Thing, you might have been the last 20 years where the money resides, but you are no longer. And Kyle and Mauricio worked too hard, stealing, conniving, and working hard to get the agency, that real estate agent, up and running. So you better believe they ain't letting nothing get in the way of that, especially not from Erica Giraldi that's on her way down. So Erica released to the Mail that the only true friend she has is Rinna. Erica, when she gets back into the corner, gets really vicious and comes out swinging. Y'all, I am waiting for the reunion because I want to see how they go in on Erica. Sutton is there. Sutton's not used to doing like Mortal Kombat. So I don't really expect Sutton to keep her foot on Erica's neck, but I expect Garcelle to. Garcelle's good for a nice classy read, you know, like, well, what do you say about people that say you're a shameless hoe who might have a sugar daddy? Like, do you think that's fair, Garcelle? I'm sorry. Do you think that's fair, Erica? That's what Garcelle is going to do, right? Kyle, that's one thing about Kyle. If Erica comes for Kyle at the reunion, that's one thing about Kyle. Kyle is a Capricorn queen to her heart. She ain't letting nothing mess up her money. But one thing about Capricorns, they're usually money focused. But if you come for them, their family, their relationship, or their good word, because they look at that all linked to their money, they will rip your head off. I'm waiting to see how Erica tries to disrespect or come for Kyle, because Kyle will show that Capricorn queen up big time, which is weird that Sutton's a Virgo, because usually Virgos, they'll do verbal battle and they'll be quick with it. But I think it's a circle Sutton was raised into. Sutton seems like she's a debutante. She's Ginchelle. She was raised in the, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that Sutton has it in her, which isn't to say there's anything wrong with Sutton. It takes all types. Some people like to engage in Mortal Kombat, and some, when it comes to words, and some people doesn't. At least Sutton knows her lane, and she knows she's not trying to engage in right, Mortal Kombat. But I will say, right, Lisa Rinna is going to be up her butt, but I think that's because Lisa Rinna, I don't know, by hook or by crook. Who else was there? Kathy Hilton. Kathy Hilton is a mean girl too, and I think that she's very, very jealous of Sutton, and I think they're doing some country club mean girl shit. The video, I swear to God, is going to drop probably on Sunday as to why they're so jealous of Sutton, but I think it is some mean girl shit. I think they're just uber jealous of Sutton, Kathy Hilton, Kristen, and Erica Giraldi, and they're doing some mean girl shit because they want to run her out of town. The same reason they ran Denise out of town, right? Listen. I'm saying, listen, hey, Miriam, what's up? Miriam, you want to come in here and drop your thoughts on what the thing was? Don't be shy, Miriam. You guys, we have a little Bravo celebrity here. We have Miriam is not paid by anyone in the chat room giving her 2 cents. Miriam, if you want to jump in, please jump in. But Miriam says in Erica's next video clip, she should have Simon Nobadia doing a dance. That's Milk That Nobadia to you as a backup dancer. And you know Simon will be there in his little too tight Hugo Boss jeans, his little bird legs going, quiet as kept. Simon might make a move for Erica Giraldi, because if you saw where Simon was aiming that camera when Peach Juice jumped into a water, you would know that Erica Giraldi is more up Simon's lane than Porsha Peach Juice Williams. Quiet as his cat. Pit it and make it when you marry me. Pit it and make it when you marry me. But back to that dinner from hell, even how Sutton got up, and I love the way Garcelle got up and was like, no. And Kyle tried to do that gaslighting. No, well, she needs to be strong. And she, you know, they wanted her to be a sacrificial lamb. And Garcelle was a good friend. She was like, no. And I see now why in the beginning when Crystal was talking shit about Sutton. Thank you, B. Thank you so much. I see now when Crystal was talking shit about Sutton and Sutton being like, you know, all lives matter, which she was wrong about. but Garcelle still rolled hard with her and she was like showing up with her. I see why now Garcelle didn't abandon Sutton and just go team Crystal, because Crystal is a fake ass B. She is fake. She is a mean girl, just like Kathy Hilton is fake and a mean girl. Y'all can say what y'all want about Miss Kookie and Zany. Go watch Have You Asked Your Mother, right? Go ask, did you ask your mother on Netflix, that documentary about Kathy Hilton and what type of mother she was toward Paris Hilton. And once you watch that, you'll see how Paris Hilton ended up on a sex tape. You'll see how Paris Hilton dabbled in drugs. You'll see how Paris Hilton really had that tumultuous life because of the shit that her, anyway, go watch that Netflix documentary. But okay, so we go from that, right? We go from that dinner party, Erica being super, super extra aggressive, doing that thing, right? Hey, 111 said, shout out to Miriam. Oh, Miriam, listen, Miriam, for now on, when we do recap, you know what, Miriam, I'm going to start texting you. Miriam lives in New York City, by the way. Go check out her feet, not paid for anyone. Mama's in there being sexy, showing self, got those heels on. Miriam, are you coming from a date? Let me find out you came from a lunch date, Miriam, because you looked really, really nice. Go check out our Instagram feed. For now on, Miriam, when I go live, I'm going to let you know the time to see if you can join pre, because you know I like doing things last minute, right? But let me find out. Right? Yes, we love Red Lipstick Hustler. I invited Lily too. Lily didn't want to come on. It's cool. But let's do this, right? Oh, thank you, B. I appreciate that, right? But okay, so let's get back to what happened, right? So that scene was it let me know that Erica is not a victim. She is not being controlled. You were just as nasty. You're just as conniving. You were just as power hungry. And back then, you guys still thought you guys still had the California legal system in your pocket. When did things change? When did things change about the California legal issues? I'll let you know when it changed. It changed when, right? She tried to get Ron Richards kicked off as special. Ron Richards is a court-appointed attorney. He's a court-attorney appointed. Miriam, I know you're going to be like, I told you so. He's a court-appointed attorney to represent the creditors. However, even though he's not representing things, he is charged with digging up as much money as he can so that the victims can be paid. He literally petitioned the court that Erica's assets, they can go after now to pay the victims directly. He even offered her a deal that for every $100,000 that you give us up front, we'll credit $10,000 and the court will pay that $10,000 as long as you give us the money by Friday. Erica doesn't plan on giving any money, right? But to my point, when she tried to get Ron Richards, as special counsel, kicked off the case, that's when I think she got the wake-up call that Tom didn't have the legal system in his pocket anymore, because the judge from the bankruptcy court laughed her out of court saying he's going nowhere. And back then, when Tom had everybody in his pocket, that lawyer would have been gone. His career would have been ruined. And Erica knew that. But then she saw her power slip her. And you notice also when Erica told her what happened, right? If you remember that scene when Erica told Kathy Hilton what happened, and Kathy said, did you reach out to Robert Shapiro, right? Robert Shapiro is a criminal lawyer. He's a criminal defense attorney. And what did Erica say to her? She said, not yet, because I'm not sure he's Team Tom. That's when I think Erica started to see that she was radioactive, that all the rats were fleeing the sinking ship that was Tom Girardi. But if anybody says here that Erica's innocent, she doesn't have to pay. Erica deserves to pay just because. I don't care if we take a dope boy's baby's mom that maybe he gave her $50 to put down on her car, right? And the feds and the state repossessed her car saying it was bought with drug money. God damn it. I want Erica Girardi and Tom Girardi to be treated the same goddamn way. You know, this whole narrative that everybody's saying about like, oh, well, you know, Erica doesn't have any money. So what does it mean that you can rob, you can steal, you can kill, and then what, you just walk away? No, this is about punishment. This is also about punishment. It's about restoring the victims to whole, but it's also about punishment and making an example of them. So the next Erica Girardi, the next Tom Girardi, the next lying, thieving person will think twice and know if you do this, your life will be ripped apart. Ain't no, oh, well, the money's gone. There's no point in doing that. No. You need to learn. You need to learn, right? Listen, so I do not believe that LeBron cheats on Sabrina. Carson said, listen, What did Miriam say? She just put it in the chat. I told you. LOL. That's a Virgo queen. That is a Virgo queen, right? Yeah. So listen, that is a Virgo queen. So we get to the next scene, right? That dinner party at Gizelle's house. And I don't care what y'all say. I think Dorit is super charming, and I think she's super funny. And I even love the way when Garcelle was taking jabs at her. And listen, I'm not saying Dorit doesn't deserve the jabs, but I am saying Garcelle doesn't take jabs at Dorit, right? When Garcelle was taking jabs at her, when she told her to shut up in like Haitian, and she was like, "How many languages you want to tell me to shut up?" Ba-da-ba, boom, right? Just Dorit is so funny, and I'm really enjoying them at the dinner. It was really great. Erica did her best to ice out Sutton, but it also makes me mad that Erica's trying to make an example of Sutton. Erica's trying to make an example of Sutton. Erica, who are they chasing? The Hamburglar? God damn it, the police are thick in here. So anyway, Erica, they are literally like, whoa, are you running from like the Hamburger? I hope they catch whoever they're looking for. But yes, the crime of the century. But Erica was trying to make an example out of Sutton. She thinks that she can bully everybody into staying in line because she thinks, and she is working with Tom. How are you defending Tom at the table? You don't have any anger toward Tom and saying on behalf of Tom that if Sutton keeps talking, she's going to get sued. Girl, bye. So anyway, Erica's trying to ice out Sutton, and I agree, right? I agree, right? She's trying to ice out Sutton, and I agree with Kyle. She's making things super, super, super awkward. She's just making it super, super awkward. Morar Candle Company said, you guys, if you guys like candles, if you love scents, if you love all this stuff, go on to follow Morar Candle Company on Instagram. They make the best scents, the best company. And you know what? It's super affordable, but I'll let you know one thing also. Her packaging, this is some shit she's making in her backyard. Her packaging is so tasteful, so elegant. The scents are so beautiful. You got to go over there, right? Listen. So that's what's going on. Let's see what my Tattle Tells have to say before we go on to the next part of the show. Okay, so anyway, we get there. Now let's talk about the real scene. Who really shut it down? Dorit and PK. Y'all, if PK wasn't the voice of reason, PK was like, what is Erica doing? You are scratching the nose at the creditors. Erica, by being fragrant, Erica, like PK saying, posting up on the internet in stockings with her legs spread. Darling, she can't do that, right? You literally did scratch the nose of the creditors. Had you acted a little bit repentant, a little bit remorseful, a little bit humble, you probably would have been kept out of proceedings. But instead, you did what Erica does. You were loud, you were brash, you were bullying. But again, why was Erica like that? Erica was like that because she thought she had the whole California legal system in her pocket. She keeps talking about how Sutton made her sick because Sutton only cares about her reputation. But Erica, that's all you care about. You don't care about the victims. You don't care about this. All you care about is your goddamn reputation. And I agree, hey one, PK was going in, and yes, Miriam, PK gave me the goddamn chills. Like PK gave me the chills. Everything he said came to life. And oddly enough, everything that he said Erica was going to do, Erica has done. PK was saying this back around Christmas, New Year's, and Erica's still doing these same things. You literally provoked the creditors so that they came after you. And even now, you're posting your pictures that show you have no remorse. Even back then, her pictures were even worse. No remorse, no whatever, and flaunting her expensive lifestyle. Y'all, if anybody still feels sorry for Erica or doesn't think that Erica was part of this, you're a goddamn fool. The state believes she was. And listen, I know what y'all saying. Well, it hasn't been proven in the court of law. I don't give a shit about the court of law. This is the moral court. Erica's guilty. Next case, right? That's what it is. Hey, Grandma Scary. Listen, today I went on at 3:30, but next week for Thursdays, I'll probably go on like a little bit later, but it's cool. It's cool. Also, for anybody that's into tarot, I'm going to be going live at tarot tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will have my cards out. Where are my cards? I will have I will have my cards out and we will be doing the damn thing. I might even be doing a reading, a live tarot reading on the future of Erica Girardi. If you guys want to see a live tarot reading on some of these housewives mess, join me at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and we'll get into it. I'm also going to be doing mini tarot readings for anybody that wants that pops up, okay? Yes, not paid by everybody. I agree. She is morally corrupt. But it also makes me think that she is stupid and she's a bully because you can be morally corrupt. I completely agree with that. But you can be morally corrupt and smart about it. She's morally corrupt and she was stupid. But again, this all goes in the Erica thought she had the whole state of California legal system in her pocket. And for a while she did. And for a while she actually did. You know, for a while she actually did. Oh, look at this. Cash App has Bitcoin down. Okay, Cash App. You can buy Bitcoin. Did you know that? Okay. All right, Cash App. That's good. That's good. Hey, Lily, thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate that. But Lily, if you want it. Okay, so nobody has anything to say about this. Nobody wants to join either by video or audio. I just dropped the restream link. Why am I begging y'all? Why am I begging y'all to join the stream? Miriam, not you. I know you can't do it because you're on the bus or so you claim. I think Miriam's on a date. This is my other probiotic. I'm taking 3. I think Miriam's on a date. Or I think she's on her way to a date. Or maybe it's the best date ever. Maybe Miriam is just leaving the date. But no, that can't be true. Because Miriam is not a dummy. She wouldn't be on no bus leaving the date. And you better not be on the bus going to a date. You better tell them to order you an Uber. So Miriam's not on a date. But she probably had business to take care of. Miriam's not on a date. You better not be coming home from a date on the damn bus, right? Oh, everybody's at work. Okay, so listen. All right, if everybody's at work, that's fine. I'm going to talk. Y'all listen. Let's get through the rest of the recap because I took notes. I'm going to pull them up. I took notes. I'm going to pull them up. And I'm going to read some of your comments, all right? Let's read some of your comments, right? Okay, so MT Calloway said, Dorit needs to be direct with that bully comment to Erica. Okay, so All True Tea, if you don't follow her, she's on Instagram. She has a great feed. She has a lot of like Inside Bravo stuff. All True Tea actually had a good point on her Twitter feed when she was watching it. She said, let me get this straight. Garcelle's a bully. Sutton's a bully. All these people are aggressive. But Erica, who was cursing people out at a dinner table, she really went like this at the table. Like literally, she acted like she was a superhero about to bounce off. She put on, she said, Kathy, I'm getting sick of this. And they were all like, Erica, calm down, Erica, calm down, let it go, breathe, Erica. And she just sat there like this. And I said, Erica, if you don't get the hell out of here with that bullshit, if you don't get the hell out of here with that bullshit, hold on, we got Lily about to come on. I said, but hold on. B said today was my first day back at the office. Oh, congratulations at the office. Okay, so really, Miriam, I don't know if any of your coworkers watch. If they do, don't say anything, but they don't. Give us some office gossip. Who's sleeping with who? Who do you hate? Who do you think is going to be fired? Who do you think has bad leadership? Give us some deets on your coworker. I love office gossip. That's my favorite, right? Listen, Erica was like some superhero, like, oh, wait, hold on. We got Dr. Payne and we got Lily in here. Dr. Payne, Nesta, and Lily. Woo, what is going on, loves? What is going on? I got you guys both on live. What is going on, my loves? Okay.
Hey, you whooping Erica's butt today, girl.
Why can't I hear you guys? Hold on.
You can't hear us? Let me see.
Hold on.
It may be because I'm in my car. Can you hear me now? I'm in my vehicle.
Okay, talk now.
Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you. What about now? Talk.
Hi.
I can't hear. Well,
that's weird. Because
there I go. I can't hear.
Can you hear me?
Can you guys hear? Why can't I hear?
I can hear you. I'm gonna go back out and come back in.
Something's going on with Restream. They let me down. I really can't hear. Okay, let me try one more time. Now we just have Dr. Payne. I can't hear her either. Maybe if I mute and unmute. Lily, try to call in one more time. Something's wrong with Restream. I know y'all gonna kill me. I beg for y'all to join, and my shit doesn't even work. Isn't that so much like me? Okay, let's go.
Can you hear me now? You can't
Wait,
hear
let me
me?
try this. Hold on.
It may be because I'm in my car.
I hear you now. I hear you. Okay. And then Dr. Payne, I hear you too. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay.
Dr. Payne, you whipping what?
Erica. Erica, calm down.
Did she not look demonic? Did she not remind you of a demon how she was carrying on?
So it's been a joke all over Reddit that she looks like she's doing a camp act of a woman that's turning into a werewolf at the table. She looked utterly demonic, but no, you know what? She just looked really, really evil to me. She just looked super, super evil. I think that's Erica's true personality. What do you think?
Oh, it's definitely her personality. That's who she is. And she want to present herself that way to make the ladies scared. But if she was on the Potomac or Atlanta, it wouldn't work.
Wouldn't it though? Because Nene used to have those girls running.
Yes, but Porsha's a fighter. Remember that. Porsha would fight Erica.
Porsha would have fought Erica. Porsha would have, or Porscha would have did what she always does and become the strong person's flunky. Do you see what I'm saying?
I don't like that Garcelle allows her to handle her as well. Because that's not in our DNA. That's not in our DNA.
Well, here's the thing. I haven't seen Erica handle Garcelle, though. Erica walks that line with Garcelle. The one time Erica tried her, and Garcelle tried to hug her, and Erica was like, get off of me. And Garcelle was talking to her, and Garcelle looked at her and said, I don't like the way you're looking at me right now, because Erica was trying to shoot that, and Erica turned her face real quick. I don't think Erica handles Garcelle. I think Garcelle, somebody made a thing. They're always trying to turn her into the angry, aggressive one. So Garcelle plays those mental games to walk that line between not being outright aggressive, but definitely holding her own. But let me know, when do you think that Erica handles her?
Well, you gave an example, like at the table. Even though she stated to her, I don't like the way you're looking at me, I just feel like Garcelle is not giving me to give. And I love Garcelle. She's my favorite. But she needs to really put her foot down, because it's going to try to put each one of them in a place of fear.
I agree. Hey, Make It Make Sense just joined, y'all. For y'all that don't know, Make It Make Sense on YouTube. You got a channel, right, babes? Yeah, you all know Make It Make Sense. Listen, here's my whole thing. I don't think Erica's trying to put those girls in a chokehold. I think Erica is test running how she's going to rule the rest of Beverly Hills. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's testing them. Like, let me see if I can get these girls in a leash, because this is the same tactic.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying the exact same thing you're saying.
All right, we got to Make It Make Sense. What you got to say?
Okay, I completely disagree with you, Tisa, about the read.
Man, thank you for joining us. Make It Make Sense. It's been real. I'm joking. What's going on?
Well, if we are going to say that Erica is doing the polar opposite of what she should be doing in her situation, then wouldn't Dorit fall into that same category? Posting homes, posting outfits every day when she owes creditors millions?
But here's the difference. Okay, I'll let you finish. Go on. Let me make notes. Owes millions. Go on.
It's the hypocrisy for me, right? Like, that's pretty much where I stand on YouTube. I just like to point out hypocrisy. It is always easier for somebody to point out another person's faults or missteps, even though they have their own.
All right, listen. So let me just say, I completely disagree with you. Because here's the thing where I don't think it's hypocrisy. Let's look at what Dorit is, right? Dorit went to court. They agreed she has to pay money, right? And she's paying the money off. So she owes people money. Yes, that whole debacle was a hot ass mess. But this is what the legal system said that she's doing. That's what she's doing it. Erica is helping a criminal commit the crime of the century, which is all that money stolen that she benefited from, but she's still protecting Tom. Second of all, Erica hasn't even agreed to pay a penny. She is actively fighting the bankruptcy, so she doesn't not only have to pay a penny, but she wants whatever is in Tom's estate before even the creditors or the victims get everything. So when you compare
I'm not defending Erica by any stretch of the imagination, but what I'm saying is Dorit's account was seized. She didn't willingly give it up, and she continued to tackily, I know that's not a word.
But we know what you're saying. It's a word on Teeth and Tattles. Go on.
Go on. Wendy, every day and from head to toe. I mean, she was basically the Marlo of Beverly Hills, and that's not saying much. So I'm just saying it's a little hypocritical for PK to say that when we were introduced to Dorit, they were telling us that J-Lo's house was not up to par and they needed to put millions in it to make it meet the standard of PK and Dorit. So, I mean, it's a little...
They are. But here's the thing. Okay, fine. I can see your point at them turning their nose up, and they basically did the same thing as Erica, but they paid for it. That's like saying a criminal can never speak on another criminal. If I did my time and I did whatever, I could talk. And honestly, they were judging Erica, and again, you're right. If I take a step back, because I'm just so appalled at how sucky Erica is and what a bully she is, so I'm taking it back. So that's why I'm like, yeah, PK, get her. But if you take a step back, even if you take out the hanging on Erica, PK literally predicted what was going to happen. This is before Erica got dropped in a lawsuit. So it's like, yeah, he was hating on her, but he was also giving her good crisis management. Like, girl, what are you doing? Stop taunting. It wasn't just the post. It was the fact that, like, the one post is just like, I would have turned comments off, but you guys are also gullible. Who cares? Kiss my butt, do this, do that. I don't care. She was literally taunting people. And let's not forget that even now they're at the court is like, yo, we want to see your financial records. And Erica's like, I can't hear you, la, 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 la. But again, my whole thing why I think Erica was acting like that is because Erica thought she had the state of California in her pocket. But we see that's changing from these lawsuits that the LA Times filed with the state Supreme Court of California, actually saying that they want to see everything that Tom did. And the Bar Association is trying to fight to keep it closed. But that's because we see with the Bar Association, they were in on it too. Well, not all of them, but they were, So I see your point, but I still think it's that. But tell me your real beef with Dorit and PK. What's your real beef with Dorit and PK?
Okay, so
it's like there's something.
I'm trying.
He should need to be on CNN.
Yes, she does. I don't know. I feel
she
like
goes to
anybody who says that J-Lo's home is not up to par, that's a red flag. Then we see you bringing a Bentley to the soup kitchen. Like, everything screamed desperation. And now we know that they have robbed Peter to pay Paul. They're in this home that isn't theirs. You do know that, right? The home that they're currently in is not their home. PK still has some very wealthy friends. So what they do is they go in and they flip these homes, but it's not actually their house. So everything that they're representing to the public is similar to Erica. Now, Erica is in defense. I mean, there's no defense of Erica. I'm not in any way defending her. I'm just saying, Miss Connecticut, with your, we'll say accent that isn't,
we'll get it. What's a fake British upscale accent, right? With a fake British upscale accent. You could just say it. She has a fake. Go on, but I want to hear what the beef is with Dorit. So she's a pretender. She's a social climber.
It's phony. I do think that she has come a long way, but I just think that she doesn't really earn her keep. Nothing that she has done has made me feel a connection to Dorit. And quite honestly, we should feel connected, because in my real life, I would say that I'm just as tacky sometimes.
Listen.
But listen,
you don't think, and like Miriam said, I'm gonna read a comment. Miriam actually said, honestly, PK admitting their situation and point blank pointing out this is not the way to go about it. I did respect that. No matter what you think of Dorit, what? Like, you don't think they redeemed themselves in that scene where they said what every viewer was saying? And quiet as it kept, PK had the guts to say what not even Garcelle or Sutton could say to Erica.
I'm not taking anything away from PK and any of the people who have the balls enough to go up against Erica in a scene. Not taking that away. I'm just saying, make it make sense. We'll point out some hypocrisy. I may not know my name all the time, but I can point out hypocrisy.
Okay, so there is a lot of hypocrisy, but at this point, this is like the Avengers. I understand that Dorit is a social climber. She's a pretender. They have robbed Peter to play call, but goddamn makes sense. This is go time. It is the Avengers. We must unite to defeat Thanos and his Erica Jayne. We can point all this out in season 12, but for right now, and I'm like, yes, Dorit, ram her ass up. Go PK, ram their ass up. I was literally like, again, but you have a good point, because I forgot. Dorit is one of those people, I believe, that have that ability, much like Ashley. Ashley's messy, but the way sometimes Dorit, you forget the shit that she did even a season ago, because there's something about the way she is that it's just, she's amusing in the moment. She's very amusing in the moment. So I tend to forget all the other shit that she did from last season, you know?
I chuckled. I chuckled. I didn't cackle. I chuckled. There was no cackle.
You chuckled. Lily, what do you have to say about what make it make sense to say it? What do you think about the whole Dorit?
I did once like Dorit because she came from my girl Garcelle, so I'm not a fan of hers anymore. I do like that she's a fashion queen, but she reminds me of Ashley so much on the Potomac. I don't care for her. I don't.
Really? She's a fashion queen, and like Make It Make Sense says, stolen money buys the best. It's all, I'm beginning to think, is Neiman Marcus being kept in business by stolen money? Is Neiman Marcus being kept in business by stolen money? But I agree with you. She is much like an Ashley. Now, what do you guys think about PK's fan fiction theory he was floating in the preview when he said, I don't think Erica was a part of it, but I think that she was, next episode when he said, I think that she was controlled for 20 years, and I think she's still being controlled. Do y'all think that Erica's really a puppet?
No, she's not a puppet, but she putting it out there so he believe in it, but she's not. I think she's actually running the SHIT. I think she's running the SHIT.
I think right now, Tom is running, but I think Erica's running it on the outside. I think they have a plan. They're somehow communicating, probably through their lawyers, because don't forget, they still have that spousal privilege. They're communicating through their lawyers, and they're going it. Now, make it make sense. Miriam said, make it make sense. Make it make sense, right? She's become a fan of PK. What do you think? Let's leave his stealing and lying outside of it, because we will address that after Erica is like dethroned. But what do you think about his theory that she was a controlled wife and now she's still being controlled?
I think that probably she was controlled, but it was more money driven than anything. I also think that what Erica is going through is akin to what who's the woman who went through 4 leagues on Basketball Wives? Evelyn.
Who?
Evelyn
Lozada. Yeah, what Erica's going through is akin to what Evelyn went through.
Explain this.
In her domestic violence. Can you all hear me?
No, yeah, go on.
I don't think you don't compare them two, because Evelyn is very violent.
Well, hold on.
Well,
let's listen what he said, because people that are abused often are violent until they work past the trauma. But go on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the same situation, especially in terms of public perception. So because Evelyn was so violent, when she did get into a domestic dispute, it was very difficult for the public to see past what she had presented on the show. Similarly, Erica has presented to be a very strong-willed, dominant, aggressive person. So when she's telling the story of Tom abusing her, it's very hard to, those two things don't correlate, right? because she is so stern, because she is so aggressive, because she is so purposefully cold. You can't see her ever being in a situation with this 80-year-old man being abusive towards her, whether it be verbally or whatever. So I'm just saying it's a similar situation.
Okay,
in that
it makes sense.
alone.
If I could interject, to Lily's point, what? But here's my whole thing. What does that have to do with the price of tea?
I love this.
To Lily's point, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Because Evelyn, I believe her. I believe she was abused. I think she was in a lot of ways. However, what did that matter to the person who she was throwing a wine bottle at? Abusers become abused, right? When you talk about Erica being controlled, yes, maybe Tom, it was like, there's nothing in Erica's personality that leads me to believe that outside of money, and that's her own personal interest, Tom was controlling her. The way she is still defending Tom and the way that she is moving, I literally think they're on the same page. You know, somebody can be with a perfectly horrible person and you're not being abused. You are literally their co-commander. She was in a relationship for 20 years. She had 20 million in an LLC and an unlimited Amex card. What else do you need to leave an abusive relationship? You have power, you have friends, you are on a national TV show and you got $20 million. If that can't get you out of an abusive relationship, I don't know what to tell you. I would hate to wish that on anyone, but what else do you need to leave an abusive relationship? You got money, power, friends, fame, and your own career. What else do you need? What else do you need?
I was only making the correlation that in the public perception of Erica, she'll never be the victim because of her actions on the show and because of the way she portrays herself. So I'm
just to redirect to and just stream on what you're saying. In past seasons, and I want to see a poll in here. In past seasons, even though Erica was aggressive, I can be aggressive when somebody's getting on my nerves. I'm not a shrinking violet. I still would have bought the fact that Erica was somehow being controlled or manipulated. Her behavior, not past seasons, but her behavior at that dinner table erased any doubt or any leeway I was willing to give her, because it's like, Erica, forget about being abused, forget about you are a bully, you are still defending Tom, and now you're literally threatening people with physical and legal. Because what? They said that you were a liar. So I see what you're saying about like, oh, Erica's past, but I don't think her past, I think it still left room, at least in my mind as a woman, it still left room that like, you still might be being abused. Like, okay, you're aggressive. You snapped out on Eileen. You did that, but you still might be being abused. It don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? You know? And Erica said she was going to stay with Tom until the day she died. Thank you, Miriam. She also said that Erica's claimed she was fully up to speed on all things legal. Thank you, Miriam, our Housewives archive. She also said she's willingly being controlled for the money she was getting. Good point. And she said Erica is a sniper from the side. She's playing Fisher on the bob, playing chess. I agree. Erica, I just don't see how Erica was controlled when she's literally helping him get away with this crime. Yeah. And honestly, can't you say that about any criminal? They're being controlled by the kingpin.
That wasn't what I was saying. I was just giving a thought on why she'll never have the public on her side. I don't think she was being controlled. I think that she has that hustle mentality, and her intent was to give it this rich man and stay with him to the day that he died. And I do think that she had full knowledge of things on the back end, but she also knew that he had people like the governor in his back pocket. So if he's saying, I'll get you the money, she keeps seeing the money being deposited in her account. She knows that it's not there all the time. I'm going to talk about this on my channel. Rich people know when the money is getting funny. It's not just, you don't just happenstance go broke. You know little things. If you're only surviving off your Amex card, that means that bill was probably astronomical before it got paid off each time. Like, there's things that let you know. So I'm not in any way defending Erica. I was just saying that in terms of public perception, she's never going to have that. Similar to Evelyn Lozada. They're always going to be.
I mean, I can give you that, but I honestly think I can give you that. But, and also you guys, as you heard, Make It Make Sense has a YouTube channel. I'm subscribed. Lily has her own YouTube channel too. They do reviews, they do recaps, they do a bunch of cool things. I subscribe to both of them. And if you guys are watching, please go give their channel to listen, like, comment, subscribe, show them some love. But I will say, to your point, Make It Make Sense. And I have to say this. I agree with you about.
Let me say something, Tisa. I'm gonna have to step up because I gotta go in the post office.
Okay, cool.
I gotta eat. I love you guys.
All right,
thank you for having me on. Have a beautiful day.
No problem. Okay,
I'll definitely subscribe.
Definitely. So Make It Make
I'll
Sense.
do the same. Thank you.
Bye, babe. So I will definitely say that, to your point, when you say that Erica is never, ever going to have the public perception, I agree with you after this season. But I do believe, to PK's point, that if she had come in on, a different side of her, or at the very least a little bit remorseful for the victims, that's it. Not saying, oh, Tom deserves to be in jail, but if he had just shown a little bit of remorse, like, I'm torn. I knew this man for 20 years and I loved him, but then I hear that he's admitted to doing these horrible things, and it breaks my heart for anybody that was traumatized by what he did. It breaks my heart when I think that she didn't even say that, it breaks my heart to think that he may have had a hand in cheating people, or may be the reason, like, a little kid doesn't have money to go to college. She could have gotten public sympathy. She could have did a thing. And to PK's point, she lost everybody. Not even lost. I feel like she threw everybody away, like, F you guys, I don't need y'all. But I think there was a time where she literally could have been like that person. Like, what do you think about that?
I think that Tom probably advised her not to admit guilt.
Okay.
I don't think Tom cared about her saying all those horrible things that he did to her. But I think that in terms of admitting guilt or actually talking about the victims, she never had any intentions of doing that. I think Tom has been in constant contact with her, advising her. And why not? If you've been married to an attorney for 20 years that's gotten away with everything, why would you just believe that this would take him down? It's narcissism at its finest.
You know what? That's a very, very good point. Narcissism at its finest. Now, speaking of next episode, right? What? Because I want to get your claim on this, because you're nice, even, steady playing to my hyperbole of killer, right? So what do you think? What do you think about Erica with her new story that she's been burglarized 5 times? One time Tom confronted a burglar, got a black eye, a concussion, and fought him off and did all these things. Like, what can we say about Erica's lies? She's a bad liar, obviously. I do not believe for a second on my end that she is telling the truth. But what do you think is going on with all these lies she's concocting? Do you think that she just thinks she's throwing shit against the wall and she thinks the producers are in her pocket and will give her a good edit? Or do you think there's something else going on? Maybe Erica's the one that is having her mental faculties go. What do you think of that? Make it make sense? Oh, wait, did I lose you again? Hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me bring you in and out. Oh, it's your internet connection. It's your internet connection. Well, what do y'all think in the comments while we're waiting for Make It Make Sense to jump on? Because I can't hear him. Okay. Yes. Drive safe, Lily. Make it make sense as I join us. So listen, he left before the hard-hitting questions could be answered. Make it make sense. So listen, the victims aren't, I don't believe Erica's are, because we're going to wind up. Wait, hold on. Here's Make It Make Sense. Hold on. Make it make sense. Is he back? We got Make It Make Sense, but I still can't hear him. Maybe it's my connection. Hold on. It might be my connection, right? Oh, you guys don't hear him either? Okay, I thought I was going crazy. Right? Erica is emotionally manipulative. I agree with you, Shireen, and she is a bully too. Thank you, Bia. Please hit the like button, please, whatever. But you guys, honestly, Erica's lies cannot add up. I don't know who she thought she was bullying. She's not that smart. I'm going to actually post an actual recap so we can go by it scene by scene if you guys like that. And listen, Thank you so much for joining me for this recap. I actually have to go too. I just got an important text. I'm on the case, covering a little bit of gossip and doing a little research. But thank you so much for joining me. I'll be on every Monday and Thursday. Subscribe, turn on your notifications. You guys will see it. The time might change a little bit, but it'll be every Monday and Thursday. Thank you so much for listening to me, guys, while you are at work, at home, or ignoring your kids, whatever the case may be. And don't forget, on the lookout, I'm doing tarot tonight at 8 o'clock. I'll have my cards out. We might even do a live reading on Erica. And finally, what was I going to say? There's something I was going to say. Yeah, I'm going to post an actual recap for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because I want to go through this shit scene by scene by scene and see what everybody has to say. All right? There you go. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.